Welcome back. We were talking about the difference of classes in Buddhism in Burma, and my guest mentioned a word Mabata,
Yes.
right? Yes.
It's a Mabata is organizations. They formed during 2012, and the main aim is to propagate anti-Muslim ideology, anti-Muslim sentiments across Burma. So this is a very ultra-nationalist Buddhist monks, and they are the one who want eliminations of Muslim from Burma. So they are running more than 10,000 schools in summer for the children. And the children, they are giving very dangerous ideology that if you buy any good from Muslim shops, and this money will goes to the mosque, and the mosque will fund the Muslim young men to marry Buddhist women, and then they convert to Islam, then gradually Buddhist country become Muslim country. So if you buy any good from any Muslim shop, means you are betraying your race, your religion, your country. So this ideology, dangerous ideology, hatred, has been putting into the young children. And when these children grown up, they are become agitated to the human rights and freedoms and equality and this coexistence. This is a very dangerous idea which has been continuously putting into the young children.
How realistic is this idea? Has it been happening that Muslims have been marrying Buddhist girls and their children would become Muslims?
Actually, it is totally wrong. They just try to framing. The framing is, you see, if you don't do certain things, you are going to lose certain things. This is a theory of the framings. That's how they want people to react something, to do something against the Muslim community. And the messaging is very strong. They use social media, print media, state media, even state media also involved this kind of hatred. And anti-Muslim hate speech is very strong in Burma. So we've been documenting a lot of Facebook posts and the informations, and we see that very stronger support on this kind of ideology, and which is also very doubtful that the military side is also very much supporting on this idea, and this is exactly benefiting them. Look at the ideology of the military-backed political parties. They also political strategies also based on ultranationalism. So these ideologies definitely supporting them. So one day when these children become grown up, they're going to vote for them. Right. This ideology they are spreading through enormous of wealth they obtain, they earn, they get from the country during these years, and they maintaining the power to protect this wealth. And to maintain the power, they need people to think the way they want them to think.
I see from all this that Muslims are not in a very powerful position in Burma, isn't it?
Yeah.
So why this hatred against them? I mean, they are not taking away anybody's land.
Yeah.
They're not taking away anybody's profession, not anybody's food. So they seem to be very kind of downtrodden, helpless, and not in a position to challenge anything.
Actually, Muslims are being used as a political scapegoat. This is the process of the shifting the perception of the public. During 1988, public started revolt against the ruling junta, because we want freedom, democratic values, human right values. This is what we want, and this ideology perceptions continuously reached to 2007 when there was a saffron revolution. After that, when there was a sanction was put on Burma, militaries realized that we need to do some changes. And when they did some changes, there was a regime change, and then 2010 there was some kind of changes. But in order to maintain, as I said earlier, they have an enormous of wealth, and to protect this wealth they need power. In order to get into the power, dictatorship doesn't work anymore, and we have now democratic government. In democratic environment, you need people to think properly the way what you want them to think, and that's how they do propaganda and framings. They spend millions and millions of money because they are the one who control wealth in Burma. So this is the process shifting the perception of the people from democratic value to ultranationalism. They see that if we have a democracy and human right, these Muslims from Bangladesh will come into Burma, and they will occupy our country, and we cannot do anything because human rights and democracy. So we should better support military, and we need a military party. This process is not just for 1 or 2 years. This is a long-term strategy, 10, 20 years. So when these people gradually realize, when there is some changes in the situations, and they are expecting to change, and they will control back the entire power. And also, if you look at the 2008 constitution, military never lose the power. They still control the power. The 3 key ministries are under the military: Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Home Affairs, and Ministry of Border Affairs.
Right.
And also, plus they have 25% automatically into the parliament.
How is the political situation inside Burma? I mean, I know the military is a very powerful party to that, see.
Yeah.
But the civilian politicians, are they there? Do they wield any power?
Yeah, they have certain level of authority. And for example, civilian government control foreign affairs, economics, and trade and economics. And also there are certain, but the problem here is, there is also grassroots level problem where administrations are pro-militaries. So they try to create a lot of problems for the government, and government has been struggling. The Suu Kyi government has been, the Aung San Suu Kyi government has been into the power since 2015. But the problem is her position is now diverted a lot on Rohingya issues, and also her position is not remaining as a Nobel laureate and as a human rights advocate, because
Is she sympathetic now when you say she has deviated from her previous position?
I mean, she is now mostly, because her position is, she sees that working with the military has more important for her interests, rather than supporting the Rohingyas and Muslim minorities. One of the key things is, you see, when she enter into the election, she asked her Muslim party members, do not stand up for the elections. And that is a very wrong signal to the military, that gives the signal to military that I will never stand up for the Muslims. From then, that even though Muslim community voted for her, right? So Muslim community expected her to support, and still invested a lot and sacrificed a lot for her. But unfortunately, she failed Muslim community.
So some Muslim communities can take part in the electoral process?
Electoral process, but the main party, the public want to vote for the election during election, NLD party. So she didn't allow any senior members, those who were, there are plenty of senior members in the party, those who've been long ago, they sacrifice and they struggle a lot for the party. They've been denied. They denied for the, to join, to stand up as a candidate. So that is a very wrong signal. And also now, a lot of most of the minorities are now feeling that they've been neglected from her, and also she's now focusing on peace process on the military, with the militaries and other ethnic minorities. So the positions of Muslim communities is very weak in Burma, and also we don't have any proper leaderships, and which is always one of the key factor for the failure, and those leadership as well not from the government has been facing a lot of threat, so it is not safe for them as well.
Right. With your knowledge of the area, your country, all the activities that's going on, what do you think is the solution? What can be done to improve the situation?
I mean, improve the situation is depend in which what we see here is.
Recently, Bangladeshi officials met Burmese officials. They were talking about repatriation.
Yeah. The repatriation is very dangerous things. The reason is why, because we totally oppose this. These people face genocide in Burma, right? According to fact-finding, UN mandated fact-finding mission, they face genocide, and those who face genocide, it is very unethical and very wrong that to send them back. And guess what? Sending not to become a freedom, send him back to the concentration camp, which is more dangerous and very, very wrong. I mean, the way the two government is operating and focusing to repatriation is I think is more on the political side, but that is damaging a lot, and especially for Bangladesh shouldn't involve here. it also could affect the reputation, which is Bangladesh has a lot of very strong reputation now, around the world for allowing these 1.3 more than a million Rohingya to shelter in her border. So that is it's a huge and greatest humanitarian work.
It's a great stress on the economy, but they are managing it very well.
So repatriation is one of the you shouldn't do right now, because these people need protection. These people need a lot of humanitarian aid. These people there is accountability. Without the accountability, without the protection, without the humanitarian aid, these people should not go back to Burma.
Is there any legal recourse? Can Burma be taken to the International Court of Justice?
Yes, International Criminal Court has already started the process and considering, but also international community. But the thing here is, international community is very divided. China, Russia is one side, and Western countries are one side, and also ICC issues are also seems some divided idea as well. But there is very strong intention across international community for the accountability. There is no doubt for it. A lot of countries in UN Security Council as well, they are supporting for when they hear the fact-finding mission's presentation about the genocide in Burma. A lot of countries, change their
a lot of support across the board.
Across the board. So there will be something come up, but one of the important thing is after the fact-finding mission, this fact-finding mission mandate is also continue, and plus that there is another thing added now. International IIM, it called, same as Syrian model, international independence and embedded impartial mechanism, which will collect evidences in order to process in the legal matters, and so that is a very important things to success. And now very soon there will be decision will be made from the UN, and they will proceed things. So I think this is a very good development here, but still accountability is very important, because if we fail, the danger here is if we fail to punish the perpetrator in these Rohingya issues, there are several lives under the threat.
Right.
It's a danger, because the perpetrator feel that they are out of the hook, and they can continue their atrocities.
We have come to the end of the show.
You're most welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you very
much.
It
was most pleasing and
thank you so much.
Very
so much.
and gave us time.
Most
Thank
My
you
pleasure.
very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for being with us, and we hope that you've enjoyed the show as much as we have. We talked about Rohingyas. The problem is not just of Rohingya, as my guest today said, that there are other Muslim communities all over the country, and they are suffering. May Allah help them. May the international community help them. See you again, same time, same channel next week. Bye for now.